Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Welcome to the final match reaction of the season. To be honest, a very good way to end the season, just like we did last campaign. I think we beat Everton like 4 goals or 5 goals last season at the end of the season as well. It's been a great season, let's be honest. Didn't end the way we wanted. We actually finished 5 points behind Man City, which if you calculate and you'll be like, if you beat West Ham and Liverpool, blah, 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 would have been ahead of Man City. But it's a good season. There's a lot of good records we've broken this season. We'll go through them today. But also, question of the day, rate this season out of 10. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know your rating out of 10 for this season. Premier League season or season overall, whichever you want, let me know your rating for this season. Very, very good way to end it. I think it's been incredible. Many players have been incredible this season. We are saying goodbye today to the likes of Xhaka. I wanted him to get a hat-trick on his final day. Would have been amazing. Plus a red card would have been a great way to send him off, pun intended. Odegaard has been incredible as well. Saka has been incredible as well. Kiwior got his first Arsenal goal today. Thomas Partey could have had a goal. He got disallowed. So either way, it was a good season. Obviously, we were ending with without the likes of Martinelli and without the likes of Saliba. But overall, I think it's been a very, very good season. We finished on 84 points, correct? That is the most points we've ever had like since 19 years ago. That's the most points we've had since like 2005 or something. That's a long time. 2004 actually or something. That's a long time. So this season has been incredible. We've also picked up 26 wins. Let me just confirm. I'm all over the place. And let me confirm how many wins we picked. Yeah, 26 wins. That's the same number of wins we had in our invincible season with 6 draws and 6 losses. We also scored 88 goals this season. Believe it or not, that is the most goals Arsenal have scored ever in the Premier League. We've never scored 88 goals in the Premier League. This is the most goals Arsenal have ever scored in Premier League history. More than the Dennis Bergkamp teams, more than the Ian Wright teams, more than the Thierry Henry teams, more than the Adebayo teams and Van Persie teams. This is the most goals scored in a season. So this is all these things. We'll be looking at all these things at the end of the season during this transfer window. Clearly, I don't think attack is our problem. We score a lot of goals. We've put 3 past the likes of Tottenham, Man United. We scored, I think, 3 against Liverpool, 2 at their place. We scored 5 a couple of times this season. So scoring goals is not our problem. Saka's been scoring. He's had one of his best seasons in terms of scoring. Also, the likes of Martinelli, the likes of Odegaard. Odegaard has scored a lot of goals this season without taking penalties as well. The likes of Gabriel have chipped in goals as well. So in terms of goals, it's been incredible. The one of the problems that this season, especially, but got injured, is defensively. We've been conceding a lot of goals, especially at home. Today we kept a clean sheet, thankfully, but I think that is the 4th clean sheet at home the whole season. So keeping 4 clean sheets at home in an entire season is not good, considering we had such a great away record this season, winning at the likes of Brentford, Bournemouth, all these teams, keeping clean sheets. So attack is not our problem. Defense, definitely we need to sort it out. So we will be talking about that starting from tomorrow. Which players should we keep? Which players should we sell? We'll also be doing a ratings video tomorrow in terms of all these players out of 10 this season, because I think most of them have had incredible season. We are having to move on from some of them, like Granit Xhaka. I'm really happy how it has ended with Granit Xhaka. It was not good for him. Like between 2019, 2020, 2021, it was not good for him in an Arsenal shirt. So I'm really happy that it has ended in a positive way. Xhaka was going off and fans were cheering his name. I never thought you'd ever see that from Granit Xhaka and from Arsenal fans cheering Granit Xhaka. At the end of the game, Mikel Arteta was about to give a speech. He couldn't start to give the speech because fans were cheering his name. So positivity. I was worried that on the final day, maybe some fans wouldn't turn up. Maybe some fans would still be mad about us not winning the trophy and obviously collapsing the last 1 month. But it has been a great season overall. We finished above 18 other teams, so there's that as well. Which other team, apart from Man City, I think it's only Man City who scored more goals than us as well this season. So is a team we're looking at next season. If we beat Man City, we win the Premier League title. So that is absolutely amazing. A lot to go through today. We'll be talking about Granit Xhaka, the likes of Tierney. Let me take a few of your comments. How are you? Anu, nice seeing you again. How are you as well? Kivia have a future here. Ghana's let's get United, says Alman. I'm already looking forward to next season. Now, this is the last time we've seen Arsenal playing for the next 2 months. We're not going to see Arsenal playing until like 20th July or something. So we will have a break away from Arsenal. Xhaka is the player stay at Emirates Stadium because he has helped the team. I think how many goals has he scored this season? Is it 9 or 10? I think 9 or 10 goals in the overall. We are going to lose all those goals next season because he's not going to be here. So we also have to replace that. He's had an incredible season. He didn't pick up a red card this season. That is already a positive. In fact, one thing that I've loved about Arsenal this season, we have not gotten a red card this season, right? We have not. I remember 2 seasons ago, the time Pepe was getting red cards, Leno was getting red cards, Luiz was getting red cards, even last season. Last season, there was a time in the middle of the season, Xhaka was getting red cards, Partey was getting red cards. This season, our discipline, perfect. We never picked up red cards, and that is what you want to see. So if you look at the season overall, there's a lot you can look at. There's negatives like conceding goals and making mistakes, a lot of them. We've made a lot of mistakes. But positives, a lot of them. We scored a lot of goals. We've not picked up red cards this season. Our discipline has been great. Yellow cards as well, not too many, by the way. So it's been incredible in terms of that. Moses says very impressive, but they could have done it in the other games. Yeah, but that is the past. Now we look forward to next season. Let's correct our mistakes next season. I was trying to write down how many players we need next season, and I came up with at least 5 players because you're going to get rid of Xhaka. You're going to probably lose Tierney. I'd love to keep Tierney. If I was the manager, if everything was going well, I would keep Xhaka as a bench player and I would keep Tierney as a bench player. But obviously they want to go and play fast team football, so we have to sell them. And also you can get a bit of money. The only thing I don't like about Xhaka leaving, I don't think we're going to get more than 20 million. So that is a killer. How comes teams like Chelsea are able to get 40 million for Gallagher? And even if someone like Loftus-Cheek left Chelsea today, they're going to get like 40 million for him. Why can't we get something like 30 million for Xhaka? We're only going to get like 16 or 17 million, something stupid like that. So whichever, we're going to get that, add it to whatever you're going to get for Tierney. There's a lot of players you can sell. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. The likes of Niles' contract is expiring, but the players on loan, how many players are we going to sell? So all that, how much can we add or put together from that? Very impressive, says Karim, says give as well. Frederick says Xhaka not for sale. I don't know if it's him who wants to go. I think it's good. It's a good way to end. Like for Arsene Wenger, for example, when Arsene Wenger won the FA Cup in 2017, that should have been the time he should have left, like to end on a positive note. Because if you prolong it, you can like mess it up again, and fans hate you again, and all that. So I think for Xhaka, I would have kept him on the bench. He's contributed goals this season, and he's the kind of guy that he is always there. He's never injured. He's always there. Like, it's going to be weird saying, okay, Thomas Partey in the middle, this one and this one. Okay, there's no Xhaka next season. So it's going to be weird because we're used to be saying like, okay, Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard in midfield. El Neni, this one, and Xhaka in midfield. We're used to saying that. So it's going to be new not having Xhaka next season. But I'm happy he's ended on a positive note because for 2-3 years it was looking really, really bad for him. But I'm happy how it has ended for him. Very impressive from the boys today, and we hope next season will be our season. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So let's start with the lineup that we went for today. Let's do this. So in terms of the lineup, let me remove this from screen. Keep letting me know what your rating for the season is out of 10. So in terms of the lineup today, we went with Thomas Partey at right back. I've seen someone mentioning it in the chat. Interesting. I guess right now we're just experimenting things in case next season we get to that. But next season, one position that I definitely need a player. I definitely need a fullback next season. A fullback who can play both at left wing, as a left back and right back. And we've been linked to Cancelo. I would scream if we can get Cancelo. Like, that would be mind-blowing. If we can get Cancelo at Arsenal, that would be perfect. That is the kind of player I want at Arsenal. Because Zinchenko is the only one who can play in like as an inverted fullback, and we're using that tactic. And Zinchenko has been injured a couple of times this season, so we need someone who can play in that role as well. And also Tomiyasu is injury prone. And also on top of that, Ben White has been incredible for us at right back this season, but I also need him next season to help out Saliba and Gabriel as centre backs, because we're also in the Champions League next season. We could be playing Man United on a Saturday, then playing Ajax on a Wednesday, then you play Brighton away on the weekend. You need every single player to be fit. You cannot play Gabriel every single game, then Saliba every single game. No, you have to rotate. So that is one position I definitely need someone. So we've been experimenting today. We've played Thomas Partey there, but obviously in the Champions League, when you're playing against the likes of Ajax, I have a feeling you're going to be put in the same group as Bayern Munich next season as always. We will be, I don't want to see Thomas Partey as a right back, but good to experiment today. Then Kivior as a left back, Gabriel and Benjamin White as centre backs. I think we will see a lot of that next season. I think Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel will all rotate next season. Martin Odegaard has been incredible this season, man. Absolutely joy to watch. Even today, the kind of flicks and twists and turns, amazing player. Also, Jorginho. I think Jorginho has done his job. It would have been great if he won the Premier League title with us. I don't think I can blame him at all for anything. I think since Jorginho came at Arsenal, he's been good. Like, none of us expected him to be this decent. So many of us actually expected him to be terrible, or some of us expected him to be terrible. I expected him to just do the job here and there. I didn't expect him to be terrible. But yes, he's had a good season for us. Good 4 or 5 months. Granit Xhaka, as we said, man of the match on his final day. I think that's perfect. Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, and Leandro Trossard up front. Trossard as well. I cannot wait to see what he contributes next season. Here's a stat about Trossard. This season, when he joined us in January, since joining us, he's picked up 9 assists. Has picked up more assists than him since he joined us, like in the whole of the Premier League. So Crossard, that's his nickname, Crossard, for a reason. Absolutely fantastic. Today as well, 2 very good assists. That cross to Jesus with his left foot. Perfect, man. So Trossard, amazing player as well. So that was our lineup today. We're not going to talk about Wolves. We don't really care about Wolves unless they're giving us Ruben Neves. But yeah, that was our lineup. And then on the bench, we had the likes of Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, another one who could be leaving. I personally don't want him to leave, but injuries have become a problem. So it depends on how much money we can get for him. If it's like 20-25 million, I don't want him to go anywhere. Make sure he stays. Fabio Vieira, some of you are saying sell him. I wouldn't give him another season. This one was not great for him, obviously. He didn't have a preseason. He was injured until like September. So let's see how he does during preseason. Tierney, we could have been saying goodbye to him. Ketia, Turner, Holding, I think we've seen the last of him as well. Walters, and then a couple of youngsters on the bench. So that was our team. My prediction for the game was actually 3-1. Expected Wolves to score because he never keep clean sheets at home. But he actually did keep a clean sheet, and the start that we had, perfect, absolutely perfect. Granit Xhaka, as I said, with a fantastic header to make it 1-0, scoring within the first 10 minutes of his last game at the Emirates Stadium. The fans were cheering with our brand new shirt as well, by the way. Let me know which shirt do you prefer this season or this season or next season's shirt? So that was great. Very, very good cross from Jesus as well. Another one who's been incredible. If Jesus was fit for the whole season, what could have been? I mean, we didn't really drop a lot of points when he was not there, but in terms of him being there for the rest of the season, who knows? The games that we dropped points here and there that he missed. So what could have been? Because he's gotten assists and goals as well. This is another very good assist. And then literally 3 minutes later, Xhaka made it 2-0. Another good finish. Very, very happy for him. I don't know where this Xhaka was, man. He has scored a lot of goals this season. Man, it's so sad. I've kind of gotten over it, not winning the title, so I've gotten over it at the moment. I'm already looking forward to next season. But the number of positive things we've had this season, it really does feel like we deserved the Premier League title. Like if Man City are not here, we'd have been celebrating probably two trophies because we would have been in the FA Cup as well. But anyway, that's a story for another day, or we're not even going to talk about that at all. But yeah, Xhaka goals from midfield, Odegaard goals from midfield, like absolutely fantastic. And Bukayo Saka again, what a finish, man! What a brilliant season for him. A lot of people have not included him in the team of the season. I can see why, because Salah still does Salah things at Liverpool. But Saka this season has been incredible, and Martinelli as well. I think they've leveled up, and that is what we want to see. I think Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka have all improved their game this season. Next season, if they can go a step further as well, absolutely perfect. Goals, assists, we've gotten a lot of that from them. Yes, Saka has been quite between April and now, he's been quiet for 60% of the games. But you can say he's tired. Like you saw him today, he had to be subbed off. Like he's played way too many games. Next week, I think there's another international fixture list next week. I think they're going to play like 2 or 3 more games. He's going to play again. He's going to get more tired. So that is a player who definitely needs the whole of June and the whole of July. Just chill at home and relax and just go on holiday to Dubai, go on holiday to wherever you're going, Seychelles, Fiji, wherever you're going. Just go and enjoy yourself. Come back fresh. Saka is one player that needs to rest for sure. What a brilliant finish. And another Trossard assist magnet. What a player once again. What a signing. So 3-0 at halftime. I was also keeping an eye on the other games here and there, obviously. And then 4-0 in the second half. Who scored the fourth goal? I can't even remember. Kivior scored the last one, right? Or Jesus. Jesus is a brilliant header from a Trossard assist. I'm not going to do too many analysis. We're going to talk about other stuff today. But yeah, in terms of performances, all of them are incredible. Trossard, Xhaka, Jesus as well, Saka. Odegaard did create a couple of chances, but wasn't a lot like in the box and stuff, like scoring and all that. Didn't expect a lot from him today. But this season, at the beginning of the campaign, when you were giving Odegaard the captaincy, many people are like, nah, this is not good. You're ruining his game, all that, blah, blah, blah. But it's been an incredible season for him as well. Like he's this close to leading us to a Premier League title. So I'm really, really happy with how his performance has been as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what you do in the transfer market for sure. We're going to come to a couple of stats very soon. As Ake says, please subscribe and smash the like button. I appreciate it. Ahmed says, where have you been all these days? I only missed 2 games, 2 streams. I never miss Arsenal games. 2 streams. That was the Brighton. The Nottingham game, I can't lie to you. After the Nottingham loss, I was just devastated. Like, I was ready to do a stream, and then we lost. I was just like, no, I just need to go to bed and relax. Like, I don't want to, because I knew it's going to be negativity, and I wasn't really ready to just read and talk about negativity. So that day, you can say I ran away from the negativity on that day. Gabriel, our defender, has been doing good this season. Red cards, yeah, he's another one. A couple of moments where he lost concentration here and there, but in terms of overall, I think he's been good. Let's see. I can't wait for them in the Community Shield. Not yet though. If Man United beat Man City, they are going to play them in the Community Shield, but I don't think that is going to happen. I think Man City are going to win. Man City are machines. I think they're going to win all 3 trophies. So if Man City beats Man United in the FA Cup next week, we are going to play Man United in Man City in the Community Shield before the season starts. So another game against Man City, cut and razor if you want. We need more midfielders and goal pinchers at Arsenal. Okay, let me know. Question for you guys. One, we'll talk about this tomorrow and Tuesday, but as a cut and razor, basically, one position that you think we need to sort out next season. Which position do you think we need to buy fast or sort out fast this transfer window? First, is it a striker? Do we need a striker fast? Do we need a midfielder fast? Do we need a defender first? As I said, I really want a fullback for sure who can play left, right side, and right side. But obviously, midfield is the is going. Elneny doesn't look like he's going to be fit anytime soon. Thomas Partey injury concerns here and there, and he didn't end the season at all. Like, well, if Partey was at the top of his game between April and now, he would have been celebrating a Premier League title today. So he's one of those players. I'm not really disappointed in a lot of players. Like Xhaka, I've seen people saying Xhaka is crap. He fell off at the business end. That one I don't agree with. He was incredible for almost the whole season, and I do believe he got tired for sure. But one player that I was really disappointed with the last few weeks was Thomas Partey. Like, he dropped his performances when you really needed him, and if he kept his concentration and his focus against West Ham and against Liverpool and those games especially, we would have been celebrating a Premier League title right now. So next season, is he going to be starting for us? Who knows? So let's see. Very impressive, says Mary. Crop says, congratulations. Let's wait for next season. Ghana says, apologies, the internet is going down a bit. But yeah, let's talk about a couple of stats for today. As I said, we've now scored 88 goals, or we've scored 88 goals this season. That is the most we've ever scored in a Premier League campaign. So that is absolutely fantastic in terms of how to end the season. We've enjoyed some big performances, like going to Brighton and scoring 4, going to Brentford and scoring 3 goals, playing Tottenham, scoring 3 at our place, going to Tottenham Stadium and scoring 2 as well. We put 3 past Man United, we put 3 past Liverpool at our place, scored 2 at Anfield. You scored in both games against Man City. I think that's the first time you're doing that in a long while. We went like 6-7 games without scoring a goal against them. But so in terms of that is great. So I still don't think striker is our biggest issue. Scoring goals is not our issue. We've scored a lot of goals this season. Midfield and defense is our issue, and also backup players. Now, we'll be talking about the likes of Pepe and all those guys. Nicolas Pepe is still an Arsenal player. Is he going to come back next season? I've been thinking about it. There's a part of me that says, you know what, maybe he can be improved. Maybe he's improved during the loan spell. Maybe he can be improved during this preseason, because if we get the if we get the Nicolas Pepe that we paid 72 million for, he can save Arsenal a lot of money. Like, if Pepe turns up, forget about the Pepe who was playing 60% of his Arsenal career. The Pepe was playing against Man United at home. The Pepe who scored 2 free kicks in one game. That is the kind of Pepe we want at Arsenal. But it's going to be hard. I don't know if he's going to come back. I say he's going towards his own team now. Like, all the players who aren't here during who were here before Arteta, like, all of them are about to leave. Xhaka is leaving, Holding probably leaving, Tierney probably leaving. We're only going to be remaining with the likes of Elneny, and even him, he could end up leaving. So this is now an Arteta team, like 95% of it. So I'm not sure if he's going to bring back Pepe, because he did not sign Pepe. Pepe was signed in another regime. So let's see what happened to that. So that is the one positive for this season. We scored a lot of goals, and they've also finished with 84 points. So that is very good. I wanted us to get to 90, but 84 points is not the end of the world. Let's be honest. That is our best points tally since the last 19 years. Basically, that's our best points tally. So absolutely fantastic. Let me remove this from screen. So 84 points, 26 wins, 26, right? 26 wins, 6 draws, and 6 losses. But as you can see, we conceded 43 goals. That is the same as Man United. And obviously Newcastle and Man City have better defenses than us. Looking at it here, we have I think the 3rd best defense in the league after Man City and Newcastle. But most of those goals, I think we've conceded like the last few weeks. Like 3 against Southampton, unacceptable. I know they scored 4 today, but unacceptable is conceding 3 against them, conceding 2 against West Ham, 2 against Liverpool, 3 against Brighton. Like, that has happened like only in April and May. Like, we've conceded like half of our goals in the last 1 month. So you can call it a drop-off. We've definitely dropped off in April and May. So that is what we need to sort out next season. Have backup players who can come on and play and help you out in case Xhaka is tired, in case this one and that one is injured. We need backup players for sure. But looking at that table, that is not bad. We finished 9 points ahead of Man United, just 5 points behind Man City, 17 points ahead of Liverpool. We finished, where is Tottenham? Tottenham, you have to scroll. You have to scroll to get Tottenham. Tottenham, 24 points ahead of them. So even if we give them another 5 Premier League games, they still won't be able to catch up. Chelsea will need to really scroll. 44 points. We finished 40 points ahead of Chelsea. Jesus Christ. 40 points ahead of Chelsea. So anyway, that is not our competition. Our competition for next season is Man City and the likes of Man United for next season. So it's been a great season overall. Disappointing to end it the way we did, especially against the one that hurt me the most was the Southampton game. That's the one that hurt me the most. So I'm drawing 3-3 with them because of the way we started that game, especially like Ramsdale giving away the ball early on in the game. But we're not going to blame one player. We can actually put blame on everyone for the last 1 month. Like Xhaka missed a penalty, Ramsdale gave away a goal. Who else? Partey gave away a goal, gave a penalty against West Ham. So it's everyone, it's collective. I think Tierney lost his man for the second goal against West Ham. So it's collective. Everyone has Odegaard as well. He gave away a goal against Man City. So against Nottingham Forest as well. So everyone has made a mistake. The last 1 month, so we're not going to put blame on anyone. So next season, they've learned. We've been in a title race for the whole season. So next season, let's see what happens as well. Also get a squad to help us compete in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Champions League as well. Because next season, we're not going to be going to Azerbaijan and Cyprus and these countries anymore. No, we are now going to go to France to play PSG, go to Germany to play against Dortmund and Bayern Munich, such teams, go to Spain, play against Atletico Madrid and such teams. So next season we are back to playing the big boys league. So we have to get players to do that for us. Lee, nice seeing you. I think you've been on every stream this season, so I appreciate it. Same with you, Isaac. We lose, draw and win as a team for sure. Agree, Southampton was the game. Yeah, that one hurt me a lot. Liverpool, I was not that bothered about drawing with Liverpool because they should have beaten us. Ramsdale saved us. West Ham one hurt because we missed a penalty in that game, but the Southampton one was the one that I was like, yeah, this is definitely not acceptable. The way we've dropped off like against Southampton, that was not good. Even Brighton, 3-0 loss is bad, but Brighton is a very good team. Nottingham obviously very sad the way he played in that game. It's not all a bad season for us, but what makes looks like is when we are leading Man City. Yeah, what makes it look like a bad season is because we were leading Man City by 8 points at a point and dropped all of a sudden, and in a few games to go. And anyway, let's hope for next season. Yeah, that's what. If we had been second the whole season, people would have been happy this campaign, just because we were top for most of the season. And again, most of the haters were predicting Arsenal was going to drop off. So I'm also hurt that we proved them wrong. But I still feel like we have a decent squad. And if we add like 5 more players, we are good to go. I've been really happy with the Trossard signing. Let's see what he does for the whole campaign. He's only been here for 4 months. What can he do if he has a full preseason with Arsenal? Can we get a certain position for him? Is he going to be playing on the left side? Can he also help on the right side? All that we're going to find out next season. Someone to help Odegaard. Odegaard has been playing way too many games. We've seen a couple of him losing concentration in a few games in April and May. Someone to help out Saliba and Gabriel. I want it to be Ben White. I don't think we really need a centre-back. We'll talk about transfers, but I don't think we really need to get a centre-back. I think we mostly need a fullback because you can just push Ben White back to centre-back and have him playing with Gabriel and Saliba. And for goodness sake, I'm praying, like, can someone just treat Tomiyasu, like, between now and June? Can he just be fit for at least 80% of the season? Because this is the second season that missing Tomiyasu has cost us again. So again, will he be here next season? That's another one to find out. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Tomiyasu gone. We need a tall striker because of Champions League. I think we need a tall striker anyway, someone who can provide something different. Someone like a Giroud, not exactly Giroud, but someone like a Giroud from, the Giroud used to come on and head in equalizers against Man United and Bournemouth, that kind of player. Because sometimes we are trailing or drawing, and then we are putting in balls into the box, and we don't have anyone to head it in. So we need a different kind of player, someone who can hold up the ball. Yes, Jesus does that at times, but someone different from Jesus, Jesus has scored, I think he's returned well in terms of goals and assists, considering he was out for half of the season, but someone different. Again, that's why we'll be talking about Nketiah. Will Nketiah be here next season? Are we going to cash in on him? I have a feeling he's going to be here next season. We go on better next season, hopefully. Hi, I'm Tim from South Sudan. Tell me incoming players. We'll talk about that. The transfer window is opening on June 14th, but we'll be talking about that from next week. I think from Tuesday, we'll be doing videos on that, talking about which players we're going to keep and which players we need to sell and all that. What a way to end the season. Yeah, brilliant. Daba says, nice seeing you again, Daba. We're happy for you. We need defenders and we need Balogun to come back, KT to stay. I think KT wants to go. That's the problem. If a player wants to go, that's an issue. I would love if he stays. I think he's good enough. But the way we play, I guess Arteta feels like he can't really play as an inverted fullback. That's why we can be expecting Cancelo, man. We've been linked to Cancelo and Declan Rice heavily, but both of them would cost you. If you buy those two, you're going to pay 180 million. So that is like 90% of our budgets. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do. I really want one. I want one of those midfielders, Rice or Caicedo. Even if you can get both, why not? But we have to get one of those. Not okay, we can't get Caicedo. Okay, we can't get Rice. Let's get this midfield of 25 million. No, I need either Rice or Caicedo in that team. I've watched them even closely the last 3 and 4 weeks, and he's been incredible. Like Caicedo as well, just absolutely incredible. Declan Rice, he can score, late runs into the box. We need someone like that. We need those midfielders who've played in the league. We need Victor Osimhen at Arsenal. I don't think we need Victor Osimhen. I don't think striking is our problem. As I said, 88 goals this season. We've only scored 6 goals less than Man City. Would I love Victor Osimhen at Arsenal? 100%. Like, why not? If I was Victor Osimhen, I'd stay at Napoli. I wouldn't leave Napoli for another one season. But if you're going to sign someone like an Osimhen, why not? But I would not want us to spend 90 million on Osimhen instead of spending 90 million on a midfielder or 90 million on someone like a Cancelo or someone. I want us to spend a lot of our money in midfield, not in strikers positions. No. We need backups for the likes of Xhaka and Martinelli. I don't think we need people to replace Xhaka and Martinelli. But we need midfielders to replace the likes of Xhaka in midfield. So you have to pay a lot of money for replacements. But for backups, we can get someone like a Trossard, another player like a Trossard for 25 million to come and help out Xhaka. I would not have a problem with that. But midfield, we need someone there in midfield. This season, Partey played poorly for like 3 consecutive games in April, and we couldn't do anything about it because we don't have anyone else on the bench. Next season, I want us to have someone on the bench who we can be like, you know what, Partey, you've played crap this game. On the bench, you will be back in a couple of weeks, but today we're going to bring on this one and this one. So I want us to have those options. But also the likes of Elneny getting injured, but we are not going to be playing players like Elneny next season. I think we need to move on from that. We are now competing for the title. That's another level, Man City are bringing on Mahrez and Alvarez from the bench. We need to go to that level as well. So we need very, very good players this transfer market. And we are in the Champions League. Hopefully players will accept coming to Arsenal now, the ones who used to refuse. The likes of Vlahovic didn't come to Arsenal because we're not in the Champions League. So those kind of players that were refusing Arsenal because of Champions League, hopefully this time we can compete with them. And luckily, I don't think the likes of Man United can just push us around and be like, yes, we're signing this player, Arsenal not in the Champions League. We can now compete with the likes of Man United and Liverpool for players pretty much. We're not in 8th anymore down there, so we can compete with these teams for players. Rice is an option. Caicedo is an option. Mason Mount, not on my top list, but get him, why not? I wouldn't get him on my top 5 list though. Cancelo is an option as a fullback as well. There's a fullback from Valladolid, I've forgotten his name. I know he starts with an F. I've forgotten his name. All those guys are options. All those guys are options. But midfield first. Midfield first. And if you can get it done early, why not? Why not? Rafinha, Caicedo, Rice says Umar. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. I need Rice or Caicedo, first player to come through the door in June. I need one of those players so that we just sort out this midfield issue. And now that you're selling Xhaka, we have a huge gap there now. We've basically lost someone who can play 37, 38 games in a season. And we've also lost someone who scored 9, 10 goals this season and assisted a lot. I think he's gotten like 6, 7, or maybe even more assists than that this season. So a fighter. Xhaka, we could also always depend on him. These tough games against the likes of Tottenham and Man United, he would not back off from a fight. So we still need Xhaka in the team. I don't think he'll be here. He will be going to Leverkusen. I think you should use Jorginho more in the DM position. Let me know about Jorginho. Should we be keeping Jorginho, or do you think sell him right away? What do you think? Because was he just here for 4 or 5 months, or would you keep him for next season? Again, we'll talk about that tomorrow and Thursday. We need mature players in next season because the Champions League says Zedi. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. So proud of this team, 100%. We need depth. Depth since we go into Champions League. We need a lot of depth for sure. But then again, I'll still keep on saying I don't think scoring goals is our problem. We scored 88 goals this season. If you have spare change, go for a striker. But I want 2 midfielders. I definitely want a fullback. If you can get a winger, why not? And then preferably players who can play in a lot of positions. That is what you need in football these days. You need players like White who can play at right back and centre back. You need players like Trossard who can play as a striker at left wing behind the striker. You need fullbacks like Cancelo who can play left side, right side, whichever. Now, I would also love a winger who can play as a striker, like people like the likes of Diaby from the Bundesliga and those kind of players. Anyone that we can is okay, says Augustine. I agree. Please, I'd like you to come and concentrate on transfer for Arsenal. We need 6 new signings. We'll be doing transfer videos every single day, Stanislas. Do not worry about that. Thank you for the super chat, RK. Amazing live stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support all season. Please, can you sign Sebastian Haller? He's been since he recovered from his illness. He's been good for Dortmund. Someone like that, though, because he's also good from headers and stuff since his days at Ajax. I want tall. I wouldn't mind like Haller as a backup, maybe even as a starter, because Haller is good enough. But how much would Dortmund ask for? That is it. But that kind of striker, I wouldn't mind Johnson. I wouldn't mind that kind of striker. Let's see. Arteta bring Caicedo, Rice, Gundogan, and Kudus and Kane. Not possible, Joseph. If you can get all those players, we are winning all 4 trophies next season. Harry Kane cannot join Arsenal. He even if we gave him 500 million right now, he wouldn't really join Arsenal. That would be, he would be hated at Tottenham if he joined Arsenal. Like, he wouldn't even step foot at Tottenham anymore. The Gundogan is not love Gundogan at Arsenal. I'd absolutely love Gundogan for sure. If you had to ask me to pick those 3 players, 2 from those 3 players, I'd go for Rice and Gundogan. Caicedo is really good. Gundogan and Rice, they also have goals in them. I don't think Caicedo doesn't really score goals. But really, again, we don't really need them to score goals. We just need a midfielder who's going to sit there. But like if you can get Rice and Gundogan who can chip in with that, and Gundogan is the other one who can play as a number 6, as a number 8, that kind of player, I would absolutely love it as well. But from those players, we have to get at least 1 or 2 of those players. I'd love it, man. Thank you, Isaac. Fresneda is his name. Yes, the guy from Valladolid, the fullback. Someone like that. If you can get someone like that, no problem. Do you think Arsenal can get Rice, Caicedo, and Mount in the coming transfer window? Not all 3 of them. At most 2, and even that will be like 70% of our budget. But right now, we have to splash the cash. And if you splash the cash in midfield, I'm not going to complain at all. I think Declan Rice will be the perfect midfielder, says Edgar. I agree. He's going to be a lot of money, but I think he's worth it. I don't agree with him being overrated. I think he's very, very good. There's a lot he can bring into your team. He can the fact that he can push you from midfield to very dangerous positions or by himself, like running with the ball, someone who can carry the ball, not literally, but with his feet, carry the ball from midfield to a forward position. Declan Rice can do that, and I absolutely want that at Arsenal. Premier League experience. He used to be a centre-back, so if you get too many injuries, you can try him there as well. As I said, he's a lead as well. He's been the captain since Noble left, so that is very, very good if you can get someone like that. And also Declan Rice. Declan Rice is vibes. You know, those players who are just pure vibes. He's so funny. He gets along with everyone. I see him, like every time you see a Declan Rice interview, you're just going to laugh. Like he's funny, he's amazing, his vibes. Like I can already see him making jokes in and around there with the likes of Xhaka. I'd love that. So you also need someone who's going to, cheer the team on and everything, bring some leadership. So I definitely love Declan Rice at Arsenal. And he can also chip in with goals. Sometimes he takes penalties. I just wish you can sign a powerful striker and midfielder. Also defense. I don't think striker is our biggest issue, Moyo. I don't think it's our biggest. We've scored 8 goals. I'm going to keep on repeating. Striking is not our biggest issue. Backup striker, yes. Not getting a powerful striker for 60 million. Listen, if you can do that, if you can get a 60 million striker, 260 million midfielders, and a big defender, I'm not going to complain. Get them. That improves your chances of the Premier League and Champions League as well. Why not? But if we are tied on budget and stuff, Stan Kroenke's team is about to win the NBA, Denver Nuggets. If they can win, they can get some of that money from there. I'd love it. But I don't think striking is our biggest issue. Rice, Caicedo, Cancelo, that. Now that looks like a very good shopping list, Irene. That is a very perfect shopping list for us. I'd love all those 3 players for sure. Angelino, Rice, guys. Which Angelino are you talking about? Are you talking about Angelino from Leipzig? Is it Leipzig? There's a defender called Angelino at Leipzig, right? He used to play for Man City. Gundogan and Vlahovic and Hendrik of Southampton. Who's Hendrik? From Southampton. Who's Hendrik? You're not talking about James Ward-Prowse, right? I would love James Ward-Prowse from there. I don't know who Hendrik is. Maybe I've forgotten the first name or something. See. Hope we can sign a midfielder for sure, or also want a midfielder 100%. Also, another start, by the way, from today's game. This is a match reaction, by the way. This is the 3rd highest points tally we've ever had in Premier League history. Just a couple of people. I really hope we capitalize on that. Let's not let the likes of Chelsea and Tottenham catch up with us. No, let's leave them even farther. Let's leave them even farther. Now, get players who can do the job, because the way we dropped points against Southampton twice, Everton, we are not supposed to be dropping points against those teams. We beat all the big teams apart from Man City. We beat every other big team. So if you can now beat the small teams as well, we are looking at 90-something points. For Rice, Edu, Kroenke, and Acha should step up. No repetition of Mikhailo Mudrik's situation. Kind of thankful at the moment that we didn't get him. He's looked very out of place. I also think because Chelsea has been poor this season, but he's not looked confident at all. And also a couple of things that he's been doing outside the pitch. It's not been a great look for him. Rice and Caicedo, I definitely wouldn't mind them. Benarek, defender. There's a defender called Benarek at Southampton. You're talking about him. Oh. I mean, that one as a backup, I wouldn't mind. But then again, I don't think we need centre-backs. I think if you're going to get one defender, it has to be a fullback, and then push Ben White back at centre-back, and then you can get a fullback who can play right side and left side, both of them. Now, remember not someone like a Clichy. Remember Clichy? Clichy could not play as a right back. He is full left back. Like, he could not play as a right back. Like, left-footed, left side only. Now, these days, football has changed. You need players like a Cancelo, players like Tomiyasu who can play both sides. So I need someone, we can get someone like that. I'd absolutely love it if you can get a defender who can play both sides, and maybe even chip in as a centre-back. Who knows? Why not? And then also midfield. There's going to be a very, very big summer for us. We have to capitalize on what we've done this season. We've had a very, very good season. We've really enjoyed this season. Like, 8 months of it was you don't know how happy I felt. Like throughout the whole World Cup, like we were just sitting top of the table, we were laughing at these other guys, bantering Chelsea, bantering Man United. It was fun. This was a very, very fun season. It wasn't fun in April and May. My nerves were all over the place and a couple of disappointments. But let's capitalize on that. Let's go and do the same next. And let's all the positives. Let's keep that. Scoring early goals. Let's keep doing that next season. Scoring from corners. Let's keep doing that next season. For 8 months of the season, we were defending well from corners apart from the last 2 months. Let's keep doing that next season. Score goals. Let's keep doing that. Odegaard, keep scoring goals. Go for 20 next season if you can. Martinelli, go for 20 if you can next season. Xhaka, go for double figures yet again. We need them in the Champions League as well. Champions League is not a joke, man. Like I see the quality in Champions League, man, is crazy. Arsenal need 2 midfielders, 1 fullback and 1 right winger. I agree with that. 2 midfielders, 1 fullback, and 1 right winger, and a backup striker. If the right winger can also play as a striker, why not? But that would be kind of what I would say as well, Master. That is kind of what I would say. Nicolas Pepe is still an Arsenal player. It's going to be very interesting to see what you're going to do with him. Are we going to sell him? How much money can we get for him? Is he going to come back? So many. There's Balogun as well. There's Niles is not coming back. Niles' contract is ending. Who am I forgetting? Marquinhos. I think Marquinhos needs another loan. We need more strikers and midfielders. We need more midfielders and more midfielders. I would change that to we need more midfielders and more midfielders. I don't think strikers is our issue. Backup striker, yes. Indeed, we need a right back. Ben White is good, but I need Ben White to come back to centre back and help Saliba and Gabriel next season. So I need a fullback. I need a fullback there who can play Tomiyasu and also help Zinchenko on this other side. And everything is just telling me Cancelo. But will Man City sell Cancelo to us, though? They now know we are competition to them. So will they really give us Cancelo? Give us Cancelo and Gondwan. This will be like a team B. Man City will have like 4 or 5 Man City players in our team. So who are we signing, please? There's rumors about not rumors, talks about the likes of Rice and Caicedo. Let's see. But it's going to cost us a lot of money, which I don't mind. If they're going to ask for 100 million for Rice, I would pay it. I was saying about Modric and Caicedo in January, I wouldn't really pay 90 million for them. But this time, Declan Rice, 100 million, I would pay for him. We need someone like that. These days, average players are going for 40 million. So the market has changed. Back in the day, Figo and Real Madrid were joining, Figo and Zidane were joining Real Madrid for 30 million. Football has changed. If Zidane was playing today, he would go for 300 million. So we need to pay money for players like Rice. You just have to pay. And this kit looks nice for winning the Premier League next season. It looks a good kit to win the Premier League next season. So let's do it next season. We need to add some defenders. We need a fullback. If you can get a centre back, Pablo Mari is going to be sold. So we still have 4 centre backs: Gabriel, Saliba, Kivior, and White. I don't think. Listen, our major issue this season has been conceding goals. So there's that. But also, it's not just about defenders. It's always not about defenders, because I don't think Holding made 5 or 6 mistakes for us to concede goals. Your midfield has to be there. If your midfield is solid, the opponents will never get to your defense. So you need your midfield. Like if you look at how many games, like every single game, there's always a mistake. Like if Arsenal didn't make any mistakes, we'd have conceded like 5 goals this season. But every single game, Man City, midfield, Odegaard gave away the ball. West Ham, midfield. Partey gave away the ball. It always starts in mid. Even Nottingham Forest, we gave away the ball in midfield. And then Partey sometimes, by the way, Partey, as I said, the one player who's disappointed me the most the last 1 month is Partey, because if he turned up, you'd have been celebrating a title right now. Thomas Partey, he's looking a bit slow when he loses the ball in terms of covering. It looks like he doesn't have the pace that we need for him to cover. So I don't want him to be sold or anything. No, he needs to be here next season, but needs someone to help him, like someone with pace in midfield, something like that. It's like someone to just different, someone who can bring something different to the team. Partey is great at passing. He's some great sometimes at the long balls and everything. He can shoot the ball. He can score a banger in a few games here and there. He can just hold the midfield pretty much. On a good day, he can hold the midfield. But the other things, speed in midfield, someone who can. I don't think he can sometimes, but I think Rice is slightly better than Partey in terms of carrying the ball. Like yes, Partey can run with the ball a few yards. But at Rice, you can give Rice the ball next to Ramsdale, and he can just run with it like straight to the other side. I don't think Partey is capable of doing that. So I think I need Rice to help out Partey with that in midfield. Someone to help Partey with speed in midfield. That's just different ideas. I don't think Partey is the best tackler in the world as well. If you can get a midfielder who can tackle as well and all that, someone like a Caicedo is way better than Partey in terms of tackling and those abilities. So someone like that, like if you can get both, oh goodness me, I'd love it. So what do you have to say about Gundogan? I'd absolutely love him as well. Like Gundogan is a clutch player. You know, like if you watch basketball, you know, someone who, like a Steph Curry, you can put in a 3-pointer in the last second. Like Gundogan in the last 5-6 games of the season, he's not to lose. Like that is when he even turns up more. And throughout the season, someone who can play as a number 6, someone who can play as a number 8 as well. He can score goals. He arrives late into the box. You know, Gundogan, he has a mixture of like 3-4 players. He has a bit of Aaron Ramsey in him. You know, the way Aaron Ramsey used to go into the box and score goals every single game, Gundogan can do that for you. He can also get into the box, the ball. He can do the midfield job for you. He can drift into the wings if you need him to as well. He can captain you as well. He's full of experience as well. So all that, like I'd love Gundogan at Arsenal. He can bring a lot. And do I think Man City are going to sell him to us? I mean, they don't have to sell him to us. His contract is expiring, so that is a good thing. Man City don't have to give us Gundogan. He's leaving on a free. I would say is everything else. So let me know to you if you are Arteta, which player will you sign this coming window to bolster our side? I'd get Declan Rice number 1 and Cancelo number 2. Those would be my first 2 signings if possible. I know it's going to be a lot of money, but we are in Champions League, man. You know that Ranieri interview in Champions League, man. Dilly ding, dilly dong. We need to sign players. We need to sign players now, like Declan Rice, and that would be my first signing. Declan Rice. I've explained to you every reason why I want him. He can also bring leadership to Arsenal. And there's a lot of players who are out there that are going to be free. Gundogan, Tielemans. Leicester have just been relegated. I look at Leicester as a market now. Like that is an open market. There's a lot of players you can get from there. Barnes, Tielemans, all these guys. Maddison, I don't think you're going to get Maddison. I think he's going to go to Newcastle. But those kind of players, that is a shopping center now. Like Leeds, can we really get someone from Leeds? I mean, I love Nonto, the winger. He never plays. I love Nonto. Also, Somerville is okay, but I mean, as a backup, why not? If you can get someone like Nonto as a backup winger for Martinelli, those are the kind of signings I'm saying. You don't have to pay a lot of money, but for a backup, you can get someone like that. Why not? Which other team has been relegated? Southampton, I'd only really get I've forgotten his name, but there's someone, and also Ward-Prowse. Alex says Ansu Fati from Barcelona. He's been disappointing the last 1 year, but I wouldn't mind players like that. Will Barcelona sell Fati or Gavi or Pedri? I don't think so. We need more Champions League-minded players. Yeah, that is not a joke. That competition is not a joke. There, my friend, goodness me. There, even teams like Club Brugge these days, they're not a joke to play against. Mind you, Partey's approaching 30 and Declan Rice. Did I say 30? Partey. Mind you, Partey's approaching 30, not 30. And Rice 24, still young and energetic. Yeah, way, way young as well. Speaking of age as well, we'll talk about transfers, as I said, the coming week. But I was looking at Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe is 27. This should be his prime. Like, Pepe is not old. Like Pepe, can Pepe... I'm telling you, if Pepe, I've watched like 2 games only for where he went, Nice, right? I've only watched like 2 games. if Pepe can be the Pepe that we signed for 72 million, he will save Arsenal so much money, guys. Like if we can get Pepe to play like the 72 million pound player we signed, he can save us a lot of money because you can play Pepe in the league and then you play Saka in the Champions League, then play Saka in the league and then play Pepe in the Champions League, like all that. But that one is an issue for it. I'm going to be very interested to see what Arteta does. Stansler says Rodrigo. Yeah, Rodrigo is great in terms of playing as a striker and also as a number 10 for Leeds. He's good. He's had a few injury issues this season. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a player like that as a backup, or why not? But looking at the team, if you go through the team, Rondell, Tan, I think they're both going to be here. Zinchenko, as I said, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Kivio, Saliba. We need someone to help out Zinchenko and Tomiyasu at fullback. Midfield, definitely need at least 2 midfielders. I agree with most of you. So that means Jorginho stays, though. Not Jorginho goes. No, we need like 4 midfielders who can play those positions there. Like overall, like in terms of those 3 positions in midfield, we need like 8 players at least in the team. Because how many are there at Man City? Rodri, his name is Rodrigo, but Rodri, Gundogan, Phillips, who am I forgetting? De Bruyne. Why am I still like I've thought about them so much this and I'm even forgetting some of their players. I think Palmer can play there as well. Foden can play there as well. They have a lot of players who can play in those midfield positions. Like they can bring in Foden to play there. They can bring in Palmer to play there. Gundogan, De Bruyne can play. Bernardo Silva can play there as well. Like they have like 6, 7, 8 players who can play in those midfield positions. We need that as well. Right now we have Odegaard, Partey, and now I'm not going to call Xhaka is going, so I'm not going to count him. And also Smith Rowe, it looks like he could go. So, but let me just count him: Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, Thomas Partey, Jorginho. It's not enough. Even just saying that, it's not enough at all. Because I'm not counting El Neni as a player who's going to play 20 games for us next season. So you need at least 2 midfielders there, and you need Jorginho to stay. We can't say get rid of Jorginho and then you bring 2 midfielders. No, I need more players. I need more players in that midfield. Because Man City have players like Phillips who never play, and they signed him for 50 million and he never plays at all. King says anything on Mendy. I've not heard anything. Mendy can play as a left back mostly. I don't think he can play as a right back, and I need someone who can play both sides. Jack Harrison Leeds is not bad at all. Yeah, as a backup as well on the wings, no problem at all. I wouldn't mind him. Champions League minded players, am I wrong about that? Say something, says King. No, we definitely need Champions League minded players. How many do we have? We don't have many. Saka has never played in the Champions League. Martinelli has never played in the Champions League. Maybe Trossard did in Belgium, maybe I can't remember, I'm not sure. But there's a chance Trossard has never played Champions League. I'm not sure if he played for when he was he at Genk or something or Ghent. I'm not sure if he played, but he's never played. He's not played Champions League a lot. That's for sure. Obviously, Jesus and Zinchenko have played a lot. Someone like a Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu has never played Champions League. Saliba, maybe. I can't remember if he played for Marseille, maybe sometimes. Ramsdale has never played Champions League. Tan has never played Champions League. Gabriel played for Lille a few years. But hasn't played there for like 2-3 years as well. Who am I forgetting as well? Jorginho has definitely played a lot. So like 5-6 players at most that have played Champions League. So we are going like that is a new place we're going to. That's like we're going to a different city. That's like we're moving from New York to California, or moving from Nigeria, people watching, moving from Lagos to Abuja. I don't know how far the two are, but it's like we're moving from Lagos to Abuja. It's like we're moving from London to Newcastle, like completely different. Like we're going to somewhere that we've never been before, and it's going to be very new. It's going to be very, very new for us in the Champions League. So yes, I do agree with you, King. We definitely need Champions League-minded players. But with that said, Declan Rice, Caicedo, I've never played in the Champions League as well. So there's that as well. But you definitely need a couple of players who've played there. At the moment, you need to add players with experience for Champions League. Give me those players, Alex. Give me those players that you're thinking about. Any goalkeepers? I don't think we need goalkeepers. Nelson, he has penned a new contract at Arsenal, not yet, but we are in talks with him. I would keep him as well to help out. I want us to go further in the Carabao Cup as well. I want us to go further. Arsenal have not won the FA Cup for 3 years. That is not correct. Arsenal should always win an FA Cup every 1 to 2 years. That's our trophy. I need us to compete in that as well. And Champions League, man, bro, we could be put in the same group as we are going to be in pot 2, I think. We could easily be in the same group as Bayern Munich or PSG or Barcelona next season. We could be thrown in the same group as if Roma win the Europa League, we could be in the same group with Bayern Munich and Roma. You know it's going to be tricky. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have a squad to play those games. We don't. No, we don't. So I want to do to sign Gundogan and Cancelo. I'd love both of those players, especially Cancelo. We need to bring Rice, Caicedo, Gehi, and Vlahovic if you're serious about the league. I wouldn't mind that at all for sure. Arsenal, we only need 2 or 3 key players, not total overhauling. Simple. I think we need 5 players. If we were not getting rid of anyone, if everyone was going to stay as an Arsenal player right now and no one was going to leave, I would. By the way, this was the question of the day. Let me know what your rating of the season was. Let me just write it down. If we were going to keep everyone, including Xhaka and Smith Rowe and everyone, then I'd say 3 players. But since Xhaka is leaving, very crucial position. The midfield is the most important position on the pitch. And Xhaka has given us like 10 goals this season and a very good performances this season. So we are losing that. Already we had a problem in midfield, and then we are losing Xhaka. So we need to replace the Xhaka for sure. And Smith Rowe could also leave. That means no backup for someone like an Odegaard. Fabio Vieira, I really need Fabio Vieira to come good next season. Because if Fabio Vieira plays like the £40 million player that we signed as well, he could help us a lot. He could save us a lot of money as well. But 5 players, because also TN is leaving. So you need a fullback. Holding could leave. I'm always worried about the injuries to the likes of Tomiyasu. So fullback, maybe a centre back, maybe. We still have the likes of Trustee at Birmingham, who's coming back from loan. From Birmingham, we could be sending him another loan. And then midfield, as I said, we need someone to play the Xhaka role, and you also need someone to help out Partey with his own role as well. So that is at least 2 midfielders. Jesus, we saw how much we suffered after he got injured. We need someone to help him out. Now, Edin Nketiah is 50-50. Now, I know some of you are still going to say sell Nketiah, all that. If someone was going to give us good money, I probably would sell him. I'm also going to have to see what happens with Balogun and Marquinhos and all these players. But fullback needed, 2 midfielders needed, backup striker, tall strikers, people have mentioned, someone like a Haller in the team, someone like a Giroud, and then maybe getting a winger just to help out Saka and Martinelli as well. And also remember, we have players like Trossard who are now going to be here from the start of the season, so it's going to help us a lot. Those games that we dropped points against Southampton away early on in the season, Man United away, those kind of games, now we are going to have players like Trossard for that. And then again, there's also the added Champions League, man. We are not going to play against Bodo Glimt from Norway in the Europa League. We're not going to play against did you play against a team called Dundalk or something from Ireland in the Europa League? No. You're going to now to play against Sevilla, Roma, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, some Napoli. Oh, goodness me. Like you're going to have to find a way to mark players like Shelley and players like that. I think we need 6 players. 6 players sounds like a push unless we're going to sell. I mean, listen, Lee, I'm not going to dispute it. If you can get 6 players, why not? Get 6 players. Yes. Sometimes, as Isaac said, sometimes overhauls can be distracting because you saw Chelsea signed like 10 players and there's no relationship there. Like players don't even know each other's names yet because players are too many. So you don't want that. You still want to keep everyone close. You want to keep a unit that is manageable. Like for Chelsea, you can't even blame the likes of Lampard and Potter. Those players are too many. Like even now, there's still some Chelsea players that I don't know. And that is because they have too many players. You need at least 24 to 25 players, not 50. So 20, 24, 25 players. Solid team. 2 good teams and the 3 more players. And the more players are players like Nelson and players like that. So 25 players is enough. I think right now, I think this one we've had like 23. And we are losing a few of them, like Tierney and Xhaka. So 5 players. If the 6th player is a loan deal, Lee, I wouldn't mind that. If the 6th player is like a loan deal, someone on loan, why not? Arsenal should sign players from the EPL mostly, especially those teams that just got relegated. There are some good players in their teams. Yeah, they do. Players like Tillemans, but I'd still go for the likes of Rice and Caicedo first, and then you can add those ones later on. We only need 3 players, a defender, says Davis, defender, striker, midfielder. That's not enough. We definitely need 2 midfielders. We are losing Xhaka from the team, and we need someone to help Partey. Especially if Smith Rowe is good. We're not sure if Smith Rowe and Jorginho are going to stay. There's that as well. And El Neni. So depends. So Fabio Vieira is going to help Odegaard. But who's going to help Partey? Jorginho? Okay, fine. But who's going to help out? So we don't have anyone to play the Xhaka role. So we need 2 players there. And I need someone who can play the Partey role and the Xhaka role, and also someone who can play the Xhaka role. Xhaka gives a lot. As much as some people will be like, why are you crying about Xhaka leaving? He was crap for 80% of the time. It's fine. But this season, he's given us a lot. He's given us a lot, especially, and in the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons combined, I don't think many people can play that Xhaka role and also play as a left back. Xhaka did that a lot when Tierney used to push forward and Xhaka used to cover, or when Zinchenko comes into midfield, Xhaka can cover that role. You need someone who can do that, and I don't think many people can do that. 9, that is our league rating, says King. Wow, interesting. 7, says Isaac. Bravo to Arsenal Champions League this season. It's been so long, Jackson. Like, how long? Like 2016, 2017? Like, the last game we played in the Champions League, we conceded 5 goals to Bayern Munich. So I need us to go back to that competition. Like, I'll never forget those fun days that we used to play against FC Porto. Niklas Bentner scores a hat-trick. Or we play against Sparta Prague and Fabregas scores 2. Kleb scores 1. Rosicki scores 1. Adebayo scores 1. Kolo Toure scores 1. I miss those days, man. Those proper Champions League days, going away to AC Milan at San Siro, Adebayo and Fabregas scoring. Good memories. I want us back in that competition. Let's see how we can do in that competition. Let's go and test ourselves out once again. What about Balogun? That one we have to wait and see. That one it's very open. That one I cannot even tell you what is going to happen. But if I was going to put it in terms of percentage, I'd say there's 40% chance we're going to send him out on another loan. I'd say there's a 30% chance we could sell him, and there's a 30% chances he could come back as an Arsenal player. So that one you cannot predict that one at all. If they gave us 50 million right now, Balogun is still 21, so he still has a long way to go. So I wouldn't mind if we brought him back or send him on another loan. Unless they're paying us 50 or 60 million to sell him. We need a right and left back, defense midfielder, 2 midfielders and strikers. So that's around 6 players. You can DM the page, King. I can rate the season 8 out of 10, says Davis. That's not bad at all. For the wing, I would have to go for Leverkusen. Moussa Diaby has been incredible. Alonso has done a very good job at Leverkusen. Vieira needs to hit the gym. That one he definitely needs to do that in June and July. 9 out of 10, says Lee. We'll miss the Xhaka. I'll definitely miss him. Like, we've had a roller coaster with him. Like, Jesus Christ, like this guy has given us good moments. You remember his goals against Hull City and Nottingham Forest in his first season, and then the red cards where people would abuse him all over the place. And then this season, great. I'm just happy his season has ended great. 7 out of 10, says RK. We need to get rid of average players, says Davis. We are going to talk about that this upcoming week. Granit Xhaka will miss you, says Balakale. So what I'm going to rate this Arsenal season, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Obviously, as I said, we've scored a lot of goals this season. We've had an incredible away record. That is one thing that has really impressed me this season. Going away to Tottenham winning, going away to Chelsea winning, clean sheets, by the way, going away to Brentford winning, clean sheet, going away to Brighton as well, scoring 4 goals at their place. Which other big one am I forgetting? Drawing at Liverpool. We never pick up anything there usually. I think we played really well against Man United, but they somehow beat us. But as a season overall, they've had a very good record at Old Trafford either way. I think they've beaten every other team there as well. Away record has been incredible. Scoring goals, not struggled. Our black kit, pink kit, perfect. Everything about our season this has been incredible. I'm really been impressed with Odegaard's goal contributions this season. Same with Xhaka. Same with Saka and Martinelli as well, Jesus as well. All these players, incredible returns. I've been really happy with what I've seen from Nelson coming off the bench. Will never forget that goal against Bournemouth. This is one of the best moments as an Arsenal fan. This was incredible. There's that Gabriel chipping in with goals. I know people have said Zinchenko, you prefer Tierney, blah, blah, blah. But Zinchenko, in terms of season as a whole, he was good for 80% of it. So I've been really impressed with him as well. Saliba. Saliba was out on loan for three years. He came back almost as a new player, as a new signing, and right now, like everyone is including him in the player of the teams of the season. So that one has been really impressive as well. So all that has been great. Ramsdale, I think this one is gone to another level as well. He's really saved us a lot this season in terms of making world-class saves as well. So goals has not been a problem. Defensively, obviously, the few things that have not impressed me this season. Home record, conceding goals at home. We've conceded way too many goals at home. Way too many. 3-3 against Southampton, 3 goals against Brighton, 2 goals against Liverpool, 2 goals against Man United. We even conceded against Chelsea. Chelsea never scored goals. We conceded against them at home. Like, you get it. At home, it's been terrible in terms of conceding goals. In fact, let's check something here. How many goals have we conceded at home and away? We've conceded 43 goals this season, and 25 of them have been at home, and 18 of them have been away. So we've conceded less goals away from home than at home. So that is something that has changed. We used to have a good home record and poor away records at the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool, but this one the tables have turned. But now I need us to improve on the home record. I also need us to improve on the backups and everything. A few disappointing results, like against Southampton and Everton, especially those two. Southampton at home and Everton away. Those ones are very, very disappointing. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. We were top for almost the whole season. Like, we've never been close to doing anything like that. It would have been incredible if we won the title being top from the first game to the last game. So I'm really looking forward to next season. Luton have been promoted to the Premier League. They always give us these new teams on the first day. So do not be surprised if Arsenal play the first Friday next season away to Luton or away to Burnley. They always do that to Arsenal. We are probably going to play away from home to one of these newly promoted. Not that I care. These days, we are good enough to deal with that. So 8 out of 10 for me this season. So tomorrow we're going to do player ratings for the whole season, rate these players for the whole season. And then from Tuesday, we're going to do a keep or sell. Musa Diaby is a versatile player. He plays like Dembele of Barcelona. I would love to see him at Arsenal, and he will help Bukayo Saka the right wing. There's 2 players I've been following in Germany a lot this season. Diaby is one of them, and also Thuram. That's his name, right? Mönchengladbach, Thuram. So those 2 players, I wouldn't mind any of them. Like, we cleared our big 6. That's good. That's winning at Chelsea and Tottenham. Last 2-3 seasons we've won at Chelsea, but before that we went like 10 years without winning there. Picking up a point against Liverpool and also winning against Tottenham. Like, all those results have been great. And also Brighton, Brentford. We beat Newcastle away. That one, how can I forget that one? That was massive, man, with a clean sheet as well. That's not easy to do. So beating Newcastle away as well was very, very good. Newcastle, Brighton, all those teams, Aston Villa, those teams have all qualified for Europe, So scoring 4 at Brighton and scoring 4 at Aston Villa, keeping a clean sheet at Newcastle, keeping a clean sheet at Brentford, all those are very good. Now, if we can keep that for next season as well, keep the good away record next season, and then now improve on the home record, you're going to be at the top again. So let's see what that does. Arsenal should be ready to spend big fast to close the gap on Man City. Speaking on the gap on Man City, let's check Arsenal and Man City here. Clearly, the gap is not that big, Davis. In terms of quality, obviously, Man City are way ahead of everyone else. But if you're going according to the table, the gap is 5 points. We finished. This is away. Away from home, we are top of the table. I wish they were giving titles for away from home. Overall, we finished 5 points behind Man City, and we've scored just 6 goals less than Man City, and they've conceded 10 goals less than us. So that is not bad at all. So if you look at that, you're going to say we are 5 points, 6 goals scored, and 10 less goals conceded behind Man City, and a few some big squad. We need bench players to match them as well. So for sure. And Brentford beat Man City twice, by the way. Congratulations to them. They've beaten Man City home and away. It's not easy to beat Man City home and away this season, especially. We are 9 points ahead of Man United, so that's not bad at all. So Man City, I didn't want us to finish like 10 points behind them or something. So 5 points is good. 5 points behind Man City is not that bad. So let's see what you can do next season. Can we cover that? As I said, I didn't have a problem with drawing with Liverpool away from home. Didn't really have a problem with losing to Man City away from home. But Everton away from home, Southampton at home, Nottingham Forest away from home, those games should all be W's next season. All those 3 games should be W's next season. We did the double over Chelsea, did the double over Tottenham as well. Fantastic. How I wish I could be a Dortmund fan. Arsenal, we should be proud of ourselves. That was painful. I was following it yesterday. That was very painful. The way they lost the title, that was very painful. Arsenal should buy Moises Caicedo, Rice, Acuna at left back. Acuna is interesting. World Cup winner. Watkins from Aston Villa. Abeke has come with some different names. Acuna from Sevilla and also Watkins from Aston Villa. Those are different names. Our coach did what he promised. He did. So there's that. People are predicting Arsenal to finish 5th and 6th. So we met our goals this season. It could have been better. We could have won the title, could have been better, but we learned from it. Liverpool did that. They learned from it in 2018, 2019. They came back in 2019, 2020, and they won the title. Now we have to do the same as them. We have to hope for a better season next time, next season as well. Let's be ready to spend a lot of money. I agree with you. For sure, we have to now at least splash a lot of money on at least 2 players next season. So for sure, but good end to the season. Let's take a day break from today till tomorrow. Let's finish off this season. We finished the season on a high. The season is over, by the way. Let's see. Let's start focusing on transfers. But tomorrow we'll be doing a player ratings on overall player ratings for the whole season and covering the whole season in general, what can be improved and everything. And then from Tuesday, keep and sell for the players. And then we'll be focusing on all the transfer news that will be coming up. So thank you guys for tuning in as always. We'll be back tomorrow. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching and thank you for supporting all season. See you soon.